Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we've got a map. It's a little on the simple side. It still looks good, and it's also a sort of map that I think a lot of people like. Now, it does have a really simple but beautifully done rail network. We've got one highway that runs across the map, and that's all. We do have a couple of very nice feature areas, including quite a nice river. But we do have a fault with it that I've never seen before. I mean, it's one of those giggle out loud moments, and hopefully if the creators watching this, they'll be giggling too. But before we do any giggling, because come on, control yourselves now, please, control yourselves. Can you save it until after you've hit the like button? That's right, hitting that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and stops giggling from immature people. Thank you. Today's map is Coodan Falls by james.mcelearney. Probably completely wrong. James, if I got your name wrong, I'm sorry. There's your start square. Works perfectly fine. Just basically everything we need in there to get going, including lots of build space. There's your terrain heights. It's kind of a valley. We've got hills and a bit of a plateau going on there too as well. And then of course the resources look like that. And I would say that's definitely workable too. So basically full marks so far. Off to the workshop. Now apparently you need mass transit, which I would agree with. Park life, I don't know if you need it. There's a small list of things that you need there as well. Surface rocks and stuff. We'll be using the Vanilla Boreal theme, the realistic 1.2 LUT. But in terms of Park Life DLC, well, the Park Life rocks are here, but the Park Life rocks come as part of the deal anyway, whether or not you have Park Life. So it's part of the Park Life patch, basically. Now down here, you'll notice we have got some railings. Now we've got a few left on either side of the railing wall there. Now I don't know whether that's because the workmen have got to come back and collect them, like we've got some down here by the river as well, or by the bay as well. My suspicion is the creator has forgotten they're there. And we've got a little bit of a gap in the railings there as well, which again isn't necessarily the hugest of problems. Anyway, so yeah, railings, why not? A little bit of light detailing. And yes, it's a bit of I like a little bit of creativity. Now this map, look at the scene, That looks all right, doesn't it? That looks all right. It's not eye-breaking or anything like that. I can deal with that. We like to say we have a small list of things to subscribe to, but it's not the world's longest list. So a little bit of basic detailing is going to go down quite well on this map. And like I say, there are a couple of very nice feature areas. And we're going to go flying past this one on the left here. We've got one of the Park Life rocks put down here by the bay, and we've got some of the railings there to protect us from driving into it, stop us from pulling over and causing traffic hazard. I like that idea. Very tidy. And the gap in the railings there so you can park, I guess. Actually, I quite like that idea. Anyway, we'll keep rolling towards the start square. Start square isn't too far ahead. We've got, I would say, a pretty nice highway going on here. Possibly used the parallel road tool because it does seem very equidistant pretty much all the way. And all credit for you for actually using the parallel road tool. No problem with that at all. And then, yeah, we're now heading into the valley itself and the start square intersection. Now, things will start happening. But first of all, I do have to say, start square intersection, yeah, that is fine. That is absolutely fine. I have no problems. It looks like it's hand drawn as well, which is double bonus. It's the perfect height. And we've got no street light clipping as well. So that's a win-win-win situation. Everybody should be quite happy. Now heading down to the start square, and we're going to see this first time error. We've seen similar, but I've not seen it quite as bad as this. Now we have a start square roundabout going on there. You can see the little arrows in the middle of the roundabout pointing us in all the directions we can go. The arrows are created using hedges. I don't know if you can see what the detailing error might be here. Okay, it is just superficial. It won't affect gameplay at all. But can you spot the detailing error? Go on. Stick it in the comments if you can. Anyway, we pull back a little bit, overview, and now we can zoom in to today's Oriental asset of the day. It's the JPCS Ploppable Shrine by Ryuichi Kaminogi. This is very nice, lots of detailing on this. And I've got to go and apologise because I've been a day ahead on the factoids all week. My spreadsheet, I've misaligned the dates with the factoids, and so therefore we've already had Saturday's factoid. We've already had Saturdays, so I'm going to have Sundays. It will put us back on track for Monday then, won't it? So on tomorrow's date, the 12th of January 1948, the first full-size supermarket to be built in Great Britain received its grand opening. It was called the London Co-op at Manor Park. Not entirely sure where Manor Park is. There are lots of Manor Parks around this country. I even went to a school called Manor Park, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't the first supermarket because it was a small country town. I wouldn't imagine there being a huge supermarket in that particular town. But anyway, yes, this is nice. This is quite detailed and quite big and tidily done. All credit, I mean, Ryuichi Kaminogi. Come on. Of course, it's tidily done. It's Ryuichi. Yes. So anyway, I don't know too much about Shintoism, but I do know a nice looking asset when I see one. Ryuichi, take a bow. Asset of the day. The asset of the day. Very nice. Okay, let's head back on. Of course, links to the assets and the maps, as always, are in the description down below. So we can follow this road. Now, the road's going to get a bit boring. It is one highway only. It runs across the map, and this is it. And so, yeah, we're just going to cruise towards the fog a little bit. Gotta say that although the rail, which we'll be having a look at the moment, is very simple, and it is very, very simple, it is exceptionally well done. So we skip a bit faster. Speed it up, get off the edge of the down and back down. Right, so we have two lines coming in from the edge of the map. One is for freight, that's your one on the left. The one on the right will be a passenger. They don't have to be, but as you'll see, that would make an awful lot of sense. We're now heading down, just see the curve. It feels natural, it feels normal, it feels sensible, it feels the right path, and it takes us into a little siding there going on there. Quite tidy, and of course, sing with me, everybody's favourite factory. And then we can go back to the network. Back down here where we separated. I mean, there's no connection between these two, which is good work, keeping the freight away from the passengers. Very tidy work, and well done for that one, James. It has been noted. Lots of things have been noted with this map. It's going to help keep the score up because there's one or two things that are pushing it down and a few things keeping it up as well. Anyway, follow this line down. We end up at a perfect location for a station. Look at that. That's tidily done as well.
Have you ever wanted to create a snow scene in your summer city, but you're not interested in buying the Snowfall DLC? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Snow Without DLC by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
Did you see that? Zack just rudely interrupted me. How dare he? Was talking about the rail. Let's have a look at the shipping instead. It's Coodan Falls by james.mcelearney, maybe. Yeah, we got a shipping route. It's absolutely fine. No problems with this one. And anybody coming to the show for the first time, you know what? Why would there be? Oh, you wouldn't believe the things we've seen on this show. We've got water flow. Let's check for water flow. Water flow in the start square is negligible. Those that like to do a pumping and draining into a moving water are not going to like this. And I know a few people say, well, hang on a second, custom assets. Oh, not everybody wants to use custom assets. And others will say, but what about water towers? Yeah, not every location is a water tower location. I certainly don't have many water towers or any water towers near where I abode. Right, I love the river though. This river has got water flow. It's a little way from the start square. This is very tidily done. It's an interesting shape as well. I've got a couple of minor grumbles. Oh, look, it's a castle. Ooh, it's a castle. Ooh, it's a castle. But yes, we've got some trees having a little paddle in the lake. Now, could be rainy season and everything's a bit flooded, so I'm going to give benefit of the doubt until I can prove otherwise. So, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm believing that could be a thing. Then we have what I believe are the falls in Coodan Falls, which we're just going to skip over. They're not the most aesthetically beautiful falls, but they exist, and so that's helpful for the name of the map, I guess. Okay, anyway, so we've seen that. Now we come back down to the river. Now if we follow the river along, I love the path of the river, the shape of the river, and the detailing on the river. Got a few more drowned trees on the edge there, but again, it could be flooding. But here, this is not flooding. This is a tree in the middle of the river. Now I'm believing that the creator has basically drowned a load of trees. And so my suspension of disbelief has completely gone out the window, and any acceptance that it could just be a little bit of springtime flooding has been jettisoned. Like here we've got some more in the middle of the lake of all places. Yeah, just not buying into any of that. I've got a side river running up alongside it. I like the shape of it, I like the design. Just needed cleaning up with the trees. It's all about the trees, I'm afraid, the detailing on this one. There are a lot of trees. There are a lot of trees going on here. A mix of custom and vanilla as well. It's not a... I'm going with the colour. I don't know if I'm believing the tree mix, but I'm not a botanist. But I think the colour combos work very well indeed, and that's kind of more important, I feel, possibly. And down here we've got, yeah, the mix of the vanillas. You know what? I like that. So trees, score 1, -1. And over here, this is great. A bit of detailing, a ridge with some really lovely switchbacks and some excellent, I'm saying it out loud, excellent use of the vanilla rocks from the Parklife DLC. This is as good as it gets, okay, in terms of how to use the rocks without them looking just forced or stupid in some cases. And we do see stupid as well. That is really nice. Even liking the way that this the cave rock has been upturned. So we kind of like got the Parklife glory hole, but it's not the Parklife glory hole. It's just a horizontal cave gone vertical. And it works. It really does work. All credit. I like that a lot. And where the map like that more so, this map would score really highly with me indeed. The tree placement, completely buying into this. Even with the vanilla theme, I think it looks quite good. But the tree placement works really well. But then if we go up into the hills, we have a plateau you can build into as well, which adds to a little bit of the gameplay potential. I don't know if it adds enough to the gameplay potential, but it does add an extra dynamic, and extra dynamics are kind of important, I feel, sometimes with maps. It can be a little bit one-dimensional sometimes. Down here we have a Bonbon Island. It's not really Bonbon. It's a bit of a look of the Millennium Falcon going on there with the old spiky bits at the front. Then we've got yeah, that looks a bit overgrown, but it's really nicely done. I'm a fan of that too. Well done for that one. Then we have more drowned trees. More. Poor old trees, eh? What have they done? What have they done to hurt you? And over here, of course, we've got the finish with a little nod to the Essential Lighthouse. Isn't it lovely? Anyway, what do you think of this map? What do you think? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? I think it's got an outside chance, you know. Possibly even an inside chance. I'm going to predict about 6th or 7th. No, 7th. I'm going 7th. Okay, aesthetically, and that's my predicting of your votes. Here are my votes. Aesthetically, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It's got some really nice 4-star areas. I'm liking the hills. Could probably benefit from a custom theme, but it's not too bad at all. I'm going to go for a high 3. It's pushing on towards 4 stars, this particular map. Just needs a little bit more wow. Detailing. Some really nice areas, but there are way too many drowned trees. Okay, really easy to fix, but it's an eyesore. It's an eyesore, I'm afraid. 2 stars for detail. Gameplay potential. I was tempted to push towards 4 stars, but I feel that the map doesn't quite offer enough for a 4th star. So again, I'm going on the high end, but I'm going on a high end of 3 stars. It's a very playable map. The only reason why you'd not want to play it is because you don't like drowned trees. Anyway, there you go. Coodan Falls by james.mcelearney. It sounds right. It's almost certainly wrong. And that is a really lovely park life rocky area. Good work. That itself was worth coming for the show. It really was, just to see that switchback section. That was really nicely done. Well done for that, James. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, for joining me for another map in the What Map series. A suggested video on screen now, and of course, if you haven't already subscribed to my second channel, I'll soon be uploading some Civilization 6. So do sign up for that one now, and because you don't want to miss it, do you? What, you do? Who wants you to watch it anyway?